Action. Guys, seriously, welcome back. Oh my gosh, what a week we've had. We've had blizzards, hurricanes, but most of all, we've stuck together throughout it all. And once again, for some relief of that harsh world out there, you've got me, Riley, William Dyson, and Aussies with Stories. First of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone out there who's been getting around this show of mine, and it really touches my heart to have your support. So thank you for taking the effort to get out there and send me some mail, and I open that and I read that, and it just, it reminds me of why I do what I do. So, today's guest has come all the way from Scotland. That's right, Scotland, which is a part of the United Kingdom, the UK. And let me explain you how that all works if you're interested about the United Kingdom and who's involved. Well, obviously there's England, there's Ireland and Scotland, but there's also Wales. And there's Great Britain, which is just England and Wales. And then there's United Kingdom that also has Scotland and Ireland, which I find fascinating. And that's where my guest is from. So I'd like to welcome him on. And
how are we doing?
Craig Ferguson.
Hello, everybody.
How are you, mate?
I'm Craig Ferguson. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you. So what
It's
I'd
great
like
to be here.
What I'd like to ask you is, for some of those that aren't too familiar with some of your works, what would you best be known for if you're walking down the streets of Melbourne and someone was to recognise you?
I suppose I'd probably be best known for my talk show that I had.
Yeah.
It was called The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson.
Nice.
Yes, so I'd probably be best known for that. It started off as, I was into comedy and I was a bit of an artist. I had a band back in Scotland.
Really? What was the band called?
Oh, the name was the Killer Jacks.
Nice.
That's what we were, a bit of a punk band.
Okay. Yeah. Can you remember any of the songs that you made?
Oh, there was one called "Don't Tell Susan."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was about one of the bandmates had a bit of a thing with his girlfriend, and there was a bit of a situation, and we didn't want to tell her about it.
Was her name Susan?
No, we changed the name. That would have been a bit obvious.
True.
But that's what the song was about.
Okay, so what was that girl's actual name?
I can't say that. No, it was Miranda.
It's been a while now.
Yeah, I still remember Miranda. She was
How did the
beautiful.
song go? How did the song go?
Oh, I can't remember how the song went, mate. But we were really bit of a really punky sort of, underground, grungy vibe. Mm. Yeah, that's what I was into. I still am, really. I enjoy the music. Still, I go back to. I still live in Scotland. So this is the thing. So I was a comedian after that, and yeah, I got into comedy, and I still do comedy every now and then. And
yeah.
But yeah, so I got kind of roped into this talk show.
Yeah. What about? Can I just interject of how I know you?
Please.
And you see the big poster on the wall there? Might give it away?
Yes, I do.
The Drew Carey Show.
The Drew Carey Show. A great show. I was the boss.
Were you?
Do you remember my name on that show?
Craig Ferguson.
That's right. I was the boss, Craig Ferguson.
What was
aptly named.
Was it really?
No, I can't remember the boss's name.
What about Mimi?
Oh, we love Mimi, don't we?
Yeah.
I still keep in touch with her. She's doing well.
Yes, really?
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Was she much like Mimi, the actress?
Or the real Mimi?
Yeah. No, was the actress playing Mimi like Mimi?
Absolutely.
Really?
The exact same person.
Did she wear the makeup?
All the time. The blue eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just her. That's why she was so good for the character, because it was just her, and she was just being herself, and we get to witness that,
Yeah.
So that was a great experience being on the Drew Carey Show. Drew is still a dear friend. But yeah, so I got roped into this talk show.
What about Drew? Is he much like his character?
No, Drew's more of he's a bit of a recluse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, behind closed doors, he doesn't really talk much.
He was a bit like that as Drew, though. Him and Mimi used to go at it.
Well, I suppose they did. But even, when he hosted, he hosts The Price is Right. I don't know if he still does anymore, but he did that. But now, as soon as the cameras are off, mate, he's tucked into bed in the fetal position usually.
Really?
Yeah. That's how he likes it, really. But, each to their own. So anyway, they come to me with this proposition of having my own talk show. Mm. They say, Craig, you'll be on after Letterman. You'll have the late show, they called it. Mm. The late spot. And
what time was that?
Oh, it was on 12:30. So
every night?
Every night. So Letterman will be on 11:30. No. Yeah.
What about out in real life
12.
over there?
Pardon?
What about in America?
What do you mean?
What time would it come on?
Yeah, 12:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're talking about Australian times?
No. No, it's just the late show for a reason.
Did they have it on at 11:30 in Australia as well? Same time slots?
I think so. Maybe they correlated.
Are you even sure that you're not just thinking of the Australian time slots and that's what time they'll get played?
No, I'm not thinking Australian time.
Did they definitely, so did Letterman used to go?
Absolutely. They film a show in the day.
Yeah, okay.
They call it The Late Show.
Oh, so all the shows aren't live?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No. Well, that was the fun with my show. I kind of acted like it was live. And we didn't really edit it much, and I was just trying to be... Anyway. So, they come to me with this proposition.
Had me fooled, mate.
Well, that's what I was going for.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I'm glad to hear
That's ruined everything.
Why has it ruined it?
Because it's fucking...
Hey, whoa.
It's not live.
What's wrong with that?
You can make a mistake and cut it out.
Yeah, but we didn't do that with my show. We'd make mistakes all the time. It was very free-flowing, very improvisational.
So you just show the mistakes you want to show?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't allow it because in my contract it's stipulated that
Why not just do it live then?
Well, I was all for it, but they didn't want to do it.
Why not? It didn't want to start.
Is this live? Is this going out right now?
Yes.
Absolutely. It's not, though. You could edit it if you wanted to. Well, I wanted to see your answer.
Loaded question.
And you lied to me.
Cowards move that.
So that's what it was, mate. So, yeah, pretty much they show them at the same time. And 11:30 in Australia.
Makes
11:30
sense.
in
I was
States.
always wondering why they're up so late.
It's the late show, mate.
What about Conan O'Brien?
I don't know. He's in a different slot. Different channel.
Does he do it live, though?
I believe we do it all at the same time. So that's why
Jimmy Kimmel Show?
It's such a competition, we're all competing for the viewership.
Jimmy Kimmel Show?
Yeah, he's another one. I'm sure he's got someone after him as well.
Jonathan Ross?
See, I was on...
James Corden?
All of them. Well, he replaced me, James Corden.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's bullshit, isn't it?
Well, it is a little bit.
What do you think about him?
I'm not a fan, really. He seems a bit fucking fake. He's a bit fake to my face as well. Like, I'm all for a fellow Brit doing it all, and, he's a hard worker, but he just does it the wrong way, and that's what I was trying to do with my show. I wanted... When I'd interview someone, I just have a conversation with him, and he's having a, he's got all that social media and all that presence behind it, and it's like he's trying to do it for that, whereas I just want to talk to people, like I'm talking to you right now, Riley.
I'm talking to you because it's my show.
Well, it's a vice versa thing, and there's no power about it. We're just two men having a conversation.
Exactly right, and we come together just like any two chemicals, and then we create a whole new chemical with the reaction that we make.
Absolutely.
So it's chemistry.
And that's why I always hated the formula.
Just got that.
Of the talk show, because it gets away from that because it is a format of something.
Have you ever heard of podcasts?
Oh yes.
They're pretty much just that without the whole audience and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm starting to catch wind of these things.
Any ones you like?
Oh, there's one called Aussies with Stories I like.
That's this one.
Oh, no, there's plenty of podcasts, but yeah, that's what James Corden is a bit too caught up in sort of the...
All right, mate, get over it.
So yes, it was... who is it? Who took Letterman's spot? What's his name?
Seth Meyers.
No, the other one. The one with he looks like...
Stephen Colbert.
That's the one.
I don't know how I know so much about talk shows.
He took Letterman's spot, Corden took mine.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Have you ever heard of Rove McManus?
No, who's that?
He had a show called Rove. And it was on Sunday nights.
He's an Australian talk show host, was he? Oh, yeah.
We don't really have a talk. We don't really have one, do we?
Don't really have the culture.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to start the talk shows in Australia again?
Yeah, like a real, like, Aussies with stories. And, like, it's more of a conversation than a performance.
Absolutely.
It's just picking apart people's minds.
That's what it's all about. That's what I was trying to do.
Talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. Cancel culture.
Yeah, that's what...
Movements.
That's what we try and get away from, don't we? We try and have we have a conversation. Well, we can talk about
What's
that.
your take on the Black Lives Matter movement?
I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Lives do matter. It's all in the title, really.
Yeah, I know. But what do you actually think?
Oh, I don't really like them.
Yeah.
No, just a joke. But that's what... So, back to your original question.
Yeah.
That's how people know me about my my talk show, really. But I'm over that now. I really... While I was doing it, I kind of got over it, per se. So... You know, I went into it with the best intentions to be, you know, just completely real and just talk to people and not have any interference, not have as much interference as you can manage. But, you know, it's almost an impossibility, Riley. So yeah, it becomes its own thing, and, you know, it was great while it lasted. It was a great era I was in, and, yeah, I'm glad to be over it now, and that's... And all I do now is really I just fly planes and you know, I've got a few horses. I've got a ranch. You see, I live in America. I'm an American citizen, but I also go back to Scotland a lot. And I visit Melbourne, Australia a lot for some reason. It's great here. So I've got, a bunch of horses. I let them live on my ranch. I'll give them food and that, but I try and let them be free. I haven't broken them in to speak. They're in no way under my, I let them be free in this ranch that I also fly planes on and land around them. And they get a bit spooked by these planes. But, it's all well and good. It's all nature, isn't it? That's all planes are, really. Planes are a kind of nature, Riley. I know you're reacting with your face. And you can't really hear it, but, we're agreeing.
Well, how about this? The other day I seen a photo of a futuristic, prediction of the Earth, and it had this big ring around it.
Mm-hmm.
And the ring was bigger than Earth. And it's funny that it's physically impossible to make something bigger than the Earth because you need to use all the materials on Earth.
Exactly, mate.
Isn't that just a bit of a funny little thought?
Well, that's why, planes are completely from nature and no one else.
How long have you been a pilot for?
Oh, about 10 years now, maybe more. It's all a blur in the air. Once you're in there, in that cockpit, it's just you and the sky.
So you're a pilot. Have you ever been a pikist?
A what, mate?
A pikist.
What's that? A pikist?
About 250 with sauce.
Oh, you got me. Those pikists.
I changed it a little bit, but got ya?
No, yeah, that'll do.
You like jokes?
Oh, not really, no. I've never been into them, really.
You're a stand-up comedian, aren't you?
Yeah, but I've always tried to go away from jokes.
Just conversations.
Just having a conversation with the audience, you know? It's like me playing, it's just I'm having a conversation with it. You know, I'm speaking to it as much as it's speaking to me. We're just having a conversation, we're in the air, I'm keeping it afloat, and if I don't, you know, I've got no autopilot. I don't believe in it.
What percent do you reckon nature versus nurture is?
Oh, now that's the age-old question, really. I believe that it's mostly to do with, you know, well, mate, I've got no idea, really. It's 50-50, to be honest.
It's a good sign of intelligence to say you don't know your question, so I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you. Shucks.
Well, it's all right. You don't have to cry.
It's just, you don't know how hard it's been.
Oh, what's wrong, mate?
I just feel like no one appreciates me.
Well, I can feel like that sometimes.
But I do so much for other people and I get nothing in return.
I know, but if you're trying to help people with that in mind to get something back, then you'll always be disappointed.
But why else would you do it?
Well, you just do it because it's good to do stuff for others. It makes you feel good about yourself. You don't need anything in return.
But they need to appreciate me.
Look, I agree. I like to be. That's why I took the talk show, mate. I wanted to be appreciated.
No, that's nice.
I wanted to be revered.
Revered?
Absolutely.
Do you have a bit of dictator in you?
I think we all do. And if you come to,
Do you think that's more of a personality trait, though?
No, I think it's in everyone. And once you're aware of it, you can explore it. And you know, some people delve into it deeper than others. But I think every human has the capacity for all of it. To be their own dictator, to be their own, you know, yogi sitting on a fucking hill. It's all of it. So I do have that. That's why I took the talk show with that in mind, because it could be mine. And I wanted
show?
The talk show.
What one?
My old talk show, mate.
I don't even...
Do you remember the talk show I was talking about? Oh, man, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole talk show.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why I took it, because I wanted to be revered. I wanted to have power over people. I wanted to be famous. Absolutely. I'm through it now, and it's nice to be, you know, recognised or liked or whatever you say. But at the crux of it all, it's just human interaction. That's all I was after. And that's what I wanted to showcase.
At the crux?
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
Like at the base of it all, really. So, yeah, that's that. How are you anyway? You've fought through your tears.
Yeah, I fought through them, man.
Good on you.
Whenever I feel sadness, I just push it all down. And if I'm going to
Push
cry,
it down.
if I'm going to cry, I even push the tears back in, because crying's for weak people.
Look, I can see why you'd think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever cry?
Absolutely. I'm crying. I'm crying right now.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm
that.
telling you, the whole time tears have been streaming.
Well, when does it get to a point where it's like, all right, that's enough?
Well, probably like, you know, when you're trying to do anything. When you're trying to, you know, you're just at the shops.
And you're crying.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try and buy some broccoli.
Do you always cry from sorrow?
No, not always, no.
What else?
Happiness can make me cry.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why would that register a response?
Well, I don't think that tears always have to be connected to sadness.
They're really just overwhelming, aren't they? The tears
Absolutely.
overwhelm it, whether it be sadness or joy.
Yeah, I feel it's just it's your body's way of expressing something.
But why? Why is it lubricating your eyes?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But all I know is, you know, I'll have a great day. I'll have a fucking ham and cheese fucking croissant, and I'll want to cry, and I'll let myself. You know, I used to be, you know, I was sitting there eating my croissant and I'd feel like crying. I'd push it down like you. Like I'd push that right down. I wouldn't be, you know, I'm I'm not going to cry over my fucking croissant
Like a little girl.
like a little girl.
Yeah.
But, you know, you embrace your inner little girl. You can be the dictator, you can be the inner little girl. It's all of it.
Isn't that a slippery slope?
How so?
Like one day you're crying because of a croissant, and the next day you're like dressing up in pink, and then all of it, before you know
What's
it,
wrong with that?
you're sucking someone off.
What's wrong with that? As long as, if you want to suck someone off, wearing pink,
What? And then what? Tell everyone
you could tell that who you want. You don't have to tell anyone either.
and do it as be a closet fag.
Well, I mean, you could.
You got to be
could-
proud of yourself, mate.
You could call it that.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to start crying because I know exactly where that leads.
To being a homosexual, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you,
How do you know? You're a talk show host, mate.
well, I'm an ex-talk show host. Don't say that to me.
Okay, you're an ex-talk show.
I'm through it now.
That's worse.
I'm through it now.
You're a bloody crybaby.
I'm saying, mate, if you want to go and suck a dick, if you want to do that,
Craig, I'm not falling for your tricks, mate.
I'm just saying.
But if I was going to, I tell you what, you wouldn't be on the list.
I wouldn't.
No,
You're kidding.
just not into blokes look like you.
Well, that's fine, mate.
I went to little Balinese ones.
Oh, right. I used to be in that myself.
Really?
Absolutely. We've all been through a Balinese stage.
Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah, that's Craig Ferguson, mate. What else do you want to know?
I would like to know your current thoughts on time.
And welcome back to Aussies with Stories. I'm Craig Ferguson. I've taken over the show. Riley had to go, I don't know, he'd go play fucking footy or something. And and I'm here, actually, with just one of my all-time idols.
Get on with it.
Sorry, mate. I'm here with... Look, I want to give you the introduction that you deserve, mate. Because this man... Oh, fuck it. It's Stephen Hawking.
Time is relative, and you make it go very slow.
Well, you got me, Stephen. Yeah. I mean, that sharp wit in there. Look, I'm very excited to speak to you. My first question...
It is not mutual.
Well, that's fair enough. I know a man like me, it wouldn't be very impressive to a man like you. You know,
That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
And you know what? You're meant to be dead, right? You've died in this time zone or wherever we are in this universe.
That is correct.
And now you're back on the podcast.
And now I'm back.
How'd you come back? You through a wormhole or something like those things? Those little things you like, wormholes.
No, I had spent so much time in my wheelchair that I had formed into the wheelchair, and my brain is now in that
Oh right, so you're an AI really now,
cyborg.
right? So you can live forever.
There's something that I want to show you.
Oh, all right, go on. What is it?
Beep, 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 boop.
Ooh.
Hey, man.
Oh my! You can you can transform into anyone right? Through this machine.
Yeah, man, I had this realization that, like, hey, why am I speaking like a robot? Like,
that's-
just because I am one, you know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, well that's what I always.
So now I made it sound something a bit more, you know.
What does this button do? Beep.
Hello? Don't do that. Take it back.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll press back. There you go.
Don't do that again.
Sorry, yeah, I shouldn't fondle to your chair.
Now I've got to speak and be serious with you.
Well, you don't have to be, Stephen. You can be what you
Boop,
want.
boop, boop. Hey, man.
Oh, sorry. You must have knocked something.
Beep, boop, boop.
Let me talk to you, Stephen, as I know you, because there is some stuff I want to ask you, Stephen.
Yes.
I've been wondering about time lately, and I feel that it doesn't really exist.
What is your definition of existence?
Oh, of existence. Well, just being in the here and now. Right? Your consciousness is conscious of...
So your existence.
Yes. And the natural progression of things, as they would label time, doesn't make that, to me, Stephen, stop me in my tracks if I'm wrong, but to me it doesn't make it a scientific, mathematical fact. Because time, in my opinion, is subjective, Stephen. Everyone goes through it differently. So that's my contention with time. That's how we label it so, and how we put a fucking clock to it. We time it, literally. That doesn't make it time. It's just a label.
There's something that I need to say to you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You are gay.
Well...
But no, let me say this to you. Time is relative.
Right.
E equals mc squared.
Yeah, what does that mean?
But also, time is just what we bind reality together with. It is a shared moment in our animal instincts.
Right, but it's not...
But we should not let it control us.
Hang on, Stephen. It's not malleable, though, is it? It's not like it's on the periodic table. It's not an actual element. There's no element of time, is there?
Beep boop boop boop.
Oh.
No.
Oh, who's that? That's what I do want.
It's still me.
Oh, sorry, you've taken on... anyway. Well, that's all I'm saying. It's not an objective truth. That's all I want to say about that. So you can throw your little equations at me and all that. You can see it's relative. Yeah, it's relative to each person. All right. But that doesn't make it a fact.
No one said it was.
Of course it is. That's why the equation E fucking
It's
MC
just what
squared.
we use to try and track nature.
Well, all right.
It's mathematics.
Here's what I want to ask you something, Stephen.
Okay.
I know the late great Larry King once asked you, what's one thing you didn't know about? And your answer was quite interesting, Stevie. It was women. That's one thing you never figure out. One thing you couldn't put an equation to, per se.
I said that to sound cool.
Oh, really?
I figured them out a long time ago.
Oh, really? So can you give me some secrets?
They're quite simple beings.
How so, Stevie?
They only care about men.
Oh, is that right?
Whilst men care about other things. And then occasionally the woman beats man because he was just watching cricket or something. So just keep them at arm's length.
Well, all right. Look, I might not necessarily agree with you.
Well, I am Stephen Hawking. I know everything.
Yeah, but do you, though? Like, where are you basing that fact about women off?
Of course.
What's the science behind that?
Once I was called a freak.
Oh, right.
They
So-
hurt my feelings.
You know what I'd also like to ask you about, Stephen?
You can just ask. You don't have to have a pretense for everything.
Well, that's true. But I want to ask you about love.
Okay.
Do you still, being in your state now
Yes.
of a life ageless AI, cyborg, do you still have a feeling of love that you might have loved once? I know you were married, you had a wife, but is there a love you have that it kind of transcends it all, even your state now, and you'll still feel about it? Do you have anything like that?
No.
Well,
But that's okay because I am online 24/7. I can play poker and watch loads of porn. I don't
Right.
need love.
then you can just watch it behind your eyes.
I am sometimes in them.
Are you good at poker?
Poker, yes.
Did you ever hurt anyone with your chair?
Yes.
Oh.
Lee Matthews.
Lee Matthews, who's that?
He coached Brisbane.
Right.
I hate him.
All right. Well, so my point was, I believe love, kind of, it's like its own thing.
You think love transcends logic?
Yeah, kind of like the point of that Interstellar movie.
Yeah, that's a great film.
Oh, you like it, do you?
Loved it.
Do you like films?
I like films, especially my own one.
Can you still enjoy films?
Of course.
Oh, you like that? The Theory of Everything. You like that film?
Yes.
You liked it?
I liked it because they made me hook up with hot chick and
True.
made me look quite attractive.
True. How did your accident happen? You fell off a horse?
Oh, yeah. No, that was Superman.
Right, that was Christopher Reeve.
Yes, I fell off a jet ski.
Oh, right.
No, actually, sorry, that was Sean Kingston.
Right, well, Sean Kingston is like this now.
What happened to me is that I did play too much video games, and I sat close to the screen, and I melted.
Right. Well,
And then I started telling people stuff, and they believed me.
oh, right, so you're not really a scientist at all, are you?
I have theories.
You've read books.
I've watched. I have watched YouTube videos.
Right, so you're really you're spewing information that others have discovered, and you're spewing learned information through this.
I make stuff up.
Like what? What did you make up, Stephen?
Stars.
You made up stars.
Yes.
So they exist because you made them up.
No.
So how so?
I don't know.
Perfect.